How to install a Palladio composite door. Well, I think you call it a composite door anyway. It seemed better than a composite door to me, but I think it still does go into that category. The door is slightly heavier than a standard composite door. When it first came in all that packaging though, it was really heavy. So I thought, I'm going to struggle fitting this on my own, but it turns out it was actually just all that cardboard, heavy cardboard. So the door itself in the packaging was really heavy. But once I got it all unpacked, it was just your normal weight. Get the old door out, just multi-tool in the inside plaster, just to minimise any damage. Got my goggles on and my dust mask, even though it's one or the other, because if you have goggles on and a dust mask, then the goggles steam up. I've cut through the old timber frame. I'm just getting my bar in, pulling it upwards, so obviously I don't crack the brick. Sometimes you see people pulling it forwards, which obviously then you can break the front edge of the brick off. Like a lot of timber frames, it was pinned in. So I could have chopped the pins out, but it just seemed easier to get it out with my bar. And then I just got Big Bertha. The Big Bertha bar. It does it nice and easy. Look at that Palladio there, glistening in the sun. I must say, I was very, very impressed with these doors. I'm going to have to keep installing these. And then we get the silicone off. Well, then I get the silicone off. I'm on my own on this one. It was a Saturday. A glorious Saturday in sunny Bolton. Just to get the bulk of the silicone off. Quick hoover up, as always. Nice tidy work area. Makes your life a bit easier. Leaf blower, best tool I've ever bought. That. There's one piece of advice I could give for tools, it'd be get a leaf blower. And there's your 3-star anti-snap Miele barrel. And show you again the anti-snap there. You'd expect all new composite doors, or all doors now really, should come with anti-snap. I know some suppliers you do have to actually specify for anti-snap barrels, but I think it should be standard really. Spending all that money for a new door and then they come with a non-anti-snap barrel, I don't think it's very good. There we are, the red tool station brush attachment on the combi drill. They're only about £2.50. They're not dear. They don't last overly long either. You probably get about 10 doors out of them. But they are good. It leaves the brick fresh. When you use the wire attachment, then it marks the brick a bit black. The red brush attachment as well, it's good if you ever get expanding foam on the brick and it's gone hard and it's going to mark the foam. You just use that red drill attachment and it cleans it up nice. So it's on a low aluminium thresher, this door, no sill. And because I'd never ordered one, I wasn't sure on the floor clearance. So I decided to stick a piece of, well, it's about 70mm, I cut it down to 70mm Archidown, and that way then when I sit the door on top, it clears the doormat. So many times you see low aluminium threshers, but then they scrape along the floor, the internal floor. So just by putting it on a piece of Archi, plenty of silicone, that way now, it'll clear the floor nice, but it's also nice and low to the floor. There's not a big step into the house, which obviously you can't have in new builds. If it's currently got a low aluminium thresher, then you can't then change it for a PVC thresher because it wouldn't be wheelchair access. So I've just lifted it in now. I'm just packed behind the bottom hinge, packed in the top lock side, checking the frame for plumb and straight. Nice stabile level, nice and plumb. Lock side, nice and plumb. Still just triple checking with your eye line. Check the door twist. Most important part, if the door's not in twist, then your door will never work correctly. And get fixing it. Got my ear defenders and my goggles on. I'm just checking that no silicon's squirted out and blocked the drainage holes there. Bit of a weird position to be lying on the floor. Same again, I just pack behind the latch to make sure it's straight and help minimise the rattle when you're operating the door. Checking it for straight again, there's no gaps, I've not over tightened any fixings. Expanding former up, don't want any drafts. On this one as well, I decided to put some thin 20mm edge fillet on the face and on the sides and a secret seal behind. So I've sealed behind that in silicone, white silicone. Take the tape off. I always leave the tape on to last in case any expanding foam goes on the frame. And also, when you're using the spirit level on the face of the frame, if you've not got the tape on, if you move the spirit level, it can scratch the frame. So I always leave the tape on the doors till last. So I'm sealing it up now, and then I'll get, it's only the smallest one they do as far as I know. It's a 20mm edge fillet, it's called. It started raining as well. It was a nice day at the start of the day. Another leaf blower. Get rid of any debris. Don't want any dust sticking to my silicone when I come to seal up. And that's that floor. That's the door protection that I used as floor covering, which came in handy. Look at that. It's a Palladio Dublin with that sequel seal behind it there, notched around the low alley thresher. It's all white frame with an anthracite grey slab. Proper quality doors these. Everything about them just worked the first time. Little finger operation, tight to the gasket, no drafts. They've got cams on. Most composite doors don't have cams, so you can adjust it if you want to pull it tighter. I think I'll show it in a minute. It's a 65mm thickness. On the next one, I'll measure from the hinges to the outer frame, so you can see the hinges are perfect actually, but I didn't actually measure the distance, but I will do for the next video so people know the clearance. So there you go, 65mm thickness compared to, I think it's a 44mm on more standard composite doors. So you've got an extra 20mm. Much more energy efficient. Miele hardware, look really good as well. That is a top quality door.